Guys, have I got the cutest Christmas DIY decor piece for your home this year. Stay tuned, you're gonna love it. Okay guys, what I'm doing is I'm going to take 1 cup of applesauce, okay, and put it into my measuring cup, and that's 1 cup of applesauce. And then to that, I'm going to put 3/4 cup of cinnamon. And buy the cinnamon at the Dollar Tree. Don't buy the good cinnamon, you know, the McCormick. You don't need it for that. Use that for your cooking. And you can add some cloves if you want. So now I'm going to mix that up, and it's going to become like clay. I have a video on this that I did last year as well, but I went ahead and I'm going to show how to do it again because of what I'm going to do with this. It's different than what I did last time. But go watch that too. Those turned out cute as well. Need more cinnamon than that because it's not doughy enough, if you will. And sometimes you'll have to do this. You'll have to go ahead and kind of feel it out for yourself, you know, to see how much you might need. It's weird because sometimes it'll work out and other times it's like, oh gosh, I need to add more to make it, you know, stiffer. See how it's starting to thicken up, and I don't mind using this much. It's cheap, it's $1. It's not like I'm spending $2 or $3 or $4 for good cinnamon. But we're getting there. See how it's getting more thick, like a dough now? That's what you want. So I'm going to keep mixing this, and then I will be back when we cut our gingerbread. Okay, let me move you here, sorry. What you want to do is you want to take cinnamon. You know how like when you're doing a pie crust, how you put flour out when you're going to roll it? Well, with this you're going to use cinnamon. And I'm going to use my regular rolling pin that I use for cooking. Normally when I do a craft, I do not use this. The reason I'm using this is there is nothing in this that is harmful. It's just cinnamon and applesauce. Okay, so here is the cinnamon dough now. And it took a lot more cinnamon than I thought. Do now is we're going to roll it out. And for making these big, let me get over here a little bit. These big, can you see that better? Or is it? I got this cookie cutter from the confectionery house. Well, but you guys, this DIY is adorable. And it can really be farmhouse. It can be country, it can be primitive, it can be farmhouse. It's adorable. I've been so excited to show you this. Oh, I'm just making it, you guys, look. Oh, good. And I'll have enough to make a couple little ones. Cool. Okay. Because you need 2. Well, you don't have to have 2, but 2 will really make it. You'll see what I mean when you see it all together. Oop. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take this little guy, and whatever's left, just re-roll it and cut some more out. Now, You can, gotta be careful. You can air dry these. You can for it for how long, because I can't remember. I'm going to put mine, I think, in my dehydrator and just let them go for a couple days in the dehydrator. Guess who's eating? My beloved Bella. Bella. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and roll it. Look, I got a pretty good ball left there. Didn't think I would, but I do. And then once these dry, of course, they'll be stiff. And you know, I think they will work perfectly. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it will just great. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll out some more of the little gingerbread and I'll be back. I also wanted to show you, okay, see how I have this left? Well, I have to take a few minutes to get these into the dehydrator, and I don't want, because it's still warm here, I don't want this to dry out. So a tip is wet a dish rag, or dish towel I should say. Don't put it on the dough, but cover it like this, and the moisture from the wet towel will keep it where it's not drying out. Okay, so that's just a tip. If you ever make any kind of dough, same with even dough for a pie. If you're in the middle of, you know, you're making your dough, but you have to make some of your filling, whatever the case, put it in a bowl and put a wet dish towel over it, and it will help to keep it moist. Okay, now I got to see if my guys are going to fit. And I don't think they are on my dehydrator. So I may have to go ahead and let these air dry. Let me see. See, because if I put it like this, I'm afraid, well, I could, oh, you know what, I could. Oh no, I can't, because this is a cookie cutter. The other ones have a body. I thought, oh, that's going to work great. Newsflash, Davita, they have a body. Well, I'm going to work on this and I'll let you know what I do. Well, what do you know? I got them to fit. Barely. So cool. Now I can just go ahead and start baking, not baking, I can go ahead now and start dehydrating these. And it'll take a couple days, but I'll show you when they're done. Now I'm going to go ahead and roll out these other guys. When they're done, I'll come back and show you. What I did is I took this little cookie cutter, this heart, along with this cookie cutter, and made some small ones because I'm going to be making, and of course I'll show you. So I'm going to put these little ones as much as I can get on with these big ones. I think the hearts will fit. Okay, so there's one tray, and it's already starting to smell like cinnamon in the dehydrator. Now, let me say, if you were going to use these, like I showed in my other video last year, if you were going to use these for ornaments, at this point you would want to take like a little straw or a toothpick and make your holes now. Don't wait. Make them now, because if you try to do them after, it'll crack. And also, some people make these with glue. I don't, and mine have always remained perfect where I haven't needed the glue. So I'm going to get these in the dehydrator, and in a couple days I'll be back to show you what I'm doing with them.